Harry, wow, what a night for Manchester United. 3-0 after the first leg. Was that just a really well-executed first 45 minutes?
Yeah, I think it was. Listen, the first 20 minutes was difficult. The crowd was super loud, the intensity was high. They come after us, we made a few errors. We looked a little bit nervous at times in the first 20 minutes. But I thought the lads grew into the game really well, and we weathered the storm, and we knew we'd get our chances. And we was really clinical in that first half. So really pleasing to go to Old Trafford. Listen, the tie's not done. We'll be focused. We'll be ready at Old Trafford next Thursday for the second leg, and I'm sure Old Trafford will be like this place.
Well, should we just talk about your positioning lately? Because whether you are centre-back, centre-forward, you're having to go on the right wing today. It was exquisite down there.
Yeah, no, I found myself obviously attacking the back post, and I think Garner passed me the ball, but no, it was nice to do a bit of dribbling out there, and obviously putting a great cross, and we had a lot of bodies in the box, so they must have trusted me to get that cross in. So no, it was a nice feeling, and Casa put it in the back of the net. It was a great header in the end.
You won't have seen this because you've just come off, but they're calling you Haradinho on Twitter right now. You've got a new nickname.
Oh, it's brilliant. I'm sure there's a few nicknames out there for me. But no, it's more important the win. It was a clinical first half, a professional second half. We had chances to get the fourth, but we maybe could have played at a little bit bigger tempo. But I think we played really, maybe a little bit too safe. But no, it's a great victory in the end. But like I said, another big game on Thursday next week.
Yeah, I know you said it's not done yet, but 3-0 up, taking it back to Old Trafford. Is there one foot in the door? Do you have that slight mentality?
Yeah, of course. It's a great start to come here and get a result, a victory, and obviously 3 goals, clean sheet. It's a great start. We can't hide away from that. All the pressure will be on us now. Everyone will expect us to go through to the final. So next Thursday we need to make sure we prepare well, prepare like we've done for this game. And if we do, we'll give ourselves a great opportunity to reach the final. And no, it's been a great night for us. But like I said, one foot in the one foot in the final. But it's still not done.
All right, we'll see you next week. Well done, Harry.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, amazing result for them. First half, especially, I thought they were really good. Obviously, that sending off aided the victory. I still think second half they were a little bit sloppy at times. I think they could have managed the game a little bit better. Possibly could have gone for the 4th and 5th goals. But when you're playing against 10 men, I think you don't give the other team a sniff of the ball. I think at times they did do that. But overall, going there, Bilbao, tough place. Everyone's saying how tough it would be before the game. We all thought it'd be really tough, and then look at 0-0. Bilbao had a couple of chances, I suppose, but United, once they got the goal, went on, got the second and the third. It was comfortable against 10 men.
This is a team that have the best defence in La Liga. We were talking before the game about how Manchester United would break them down. Is the only disappointing thing, Karen, that maybe United didn't get more goals in the second half?
Maybe, but like everyone has said, I don't think any of us said 3-0 away, so I don't want to be too greedy because I think the performance was brilliant. I thought there was some real standout leadership. Casemiro, Bruno, Harry Maguire again. I mean, you've got to look at the scenes there from the Athletic Club, how disappointed they are. We wouldn't have expected that, so I'm quite happy to take that. Go into next week, make sure you don't concede early, and fingers crossed to see Manchester United in the final.
Ruben, congratulations. What pleased you most about tonight?
I think the result is really good, but we have to understand the result also. At the same time, we struggle a lot in the beginning, and then the goal from Casemiro and the send-off changed the game. But that is a good thing. With a little bit luck, but we managed to keep us in the game, and then any game can change with one situation. I think we had opportunities to score one more. This is not done. They can do the same thing in Old Trafford because they are really strong, they are really intense, and one send-off can happen in our stadium, so we need to be prepared.
Do you feel your senior players like Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes, Harry Maguire, the experience they are bringing you is pulling you through these ties?
I think it's a good point. You can feel it that, especially in the beginning, even players like Ugarte with a lot of experience, he was a little bit nervous. Patrick is a little bit nervous. So he's a semi-final, of course. It's not Champions League, but it's European competition. So these kind of players like Casemiro, Harry, Bruno Fernandes help a lot.
It's going to get mentioned too, so I might as well start. Harry Maguire tonight on the right wing, providing wherever you put him at the minute, he provides you a solution.
Yeah, he's a good winger. Sometimes there are moments in our life, and Harry had difficult moments, and everything he did was I don't want to say wrong, but is that word wrong? And now everything he does is good for the team, so he has to enjoy.
Look, I know you just said this is not done. So is that the mentality that you have to take whilst still being confident of being 3-0 up?
Of course, we need to. Of course, we are in the advantage. We have our fans, but again, this could change. Anything can happen in one game. Of course, we are confident, but we need to be really careful with our plays against Brentford. Because you can feel it. Mazraoui is dead. Patrick is tired, so we have to manage the players.
Ruben, thank you.
It's normal.
Great to hear from Ruben Amorim there. Look, he's being cautious, saying that anything in football can happen. The same thing that happened tonight can happen next week at Old Trafford, but the other way round. But surely, Paul, barring some kind of disaster next week, Manchester United will be back there in 3 weeks' time for the final.
Look, yeah, they should be, and you'd be very confident of that. I think he spoke well there. He said he was really happy with the result, but he understands the result as well. They had a couple of great chances at 0-0. The sending off obviously was a big factor in the game, but going to a place like Bilbao, we all said before the game how tough that place is to go, and they struggled first 20 minutes. It was difficult for them. He said Ugarte gave the ball away a couple of times, Dorgu the same as well. But you just think at 3-0 it should be over, but it's United these days. We don't really know what we're going to get, and they have been beaten at home 3-0 by a couple of teams this year, I think. So, look, you always go into it saying it's not over, but really, us from here watching, it should be over, and I think it is.
How sure is that result for you, Karen?
I just want them to get through the first 20 minutes next week. Once they get through that, then I'll be happy. Because, like you said, Paul, the first 20 minutes of today's game, they have some quality. But I thought the experience, it was a classy performance on Manchester United's day. But you have to have the manager's mentality of it is only half time, because if you go in there a bit too cocky at times, you can get found out. And these are the early chances that they'll have to be mindful of. But fingers crossed in front of Old Trafford, fingers crossed some players are rested. You'd think they can ride this storm again like they have done today, but there's certainly threats.
Yeah, look, these are two great chances. You'd expect Williams to score there, and even the second one as well. I'm not sure what Euros do. Euros has to get out much quicker to Williams, and the lad should probably score here again. I know people may give Lindelof a little bit of credit for clearing off the line, but he does go straight to him. He's got a big area to aim at, and it should have been two. But look at Old Trafford. We saw what we saw 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? So you'd expect them to have enough to handle that first 20 minutes, as Karen said.
You guys are being cautious-ish. Here's a line of confidence for any Manchester United fans that just need a little bit more. 133 teams have scored 3 or more goals in the first leg of a game, and all 133 have gone on to qualify. That'll do.
It's done.
Let's go back over the Manchester United goals then, because they all came in the first half. Man United weathered the storm, but then Casemiro with this opener. And we heard from Harry Maguire there, Harry Dino, playing on the right wing in the build-up to this, Paul.
Yeah, bit of quick feet out on the side. It's another position it looks like he can play. But as the manager said, everything seems to be working for him. He had a really tough spell some time ago, and committing bodies forward, it's not something we've seen an awful lot. It's the Europa League for some reason. The shackles seem to come off, and as I say, there's 2 centre-halves in the box. I think it's Euro, Lindelof, the 2 older midfield players in the box. One of them comes off Ugarte, and then Casemiro finishes it off. And Casemiro over the both legs, in the Europa League, especially the last couple of games, has been a real... He's got his form back. He's been a threat at either end of the pitch. Well, either end of the pitch, at the right end of the pitch. Yeah. And he's doing his job in midfield as well. I still think he was a little bit sloppy at time at the second half. When you've got that experience, you should not be giving Bilbao a kick of the ball. But no, he's been good and got that goal.
I'm not sure about Scott Saunders' comment. There a bit of sarcasm there, but amazing performance again from Harry Maguire, and just delivering, and we heard high praise from Ruben Amorim for him as well. The character he's had to show to come back from really difficult moments in a United shirt to be the player he is now.
Yeah, I mean, his journey's not been easy, and he's just got on with it. And you have to give him massive, massive credit for that. Last week, you mentioned it, up there, centre forward, getting the goal to, not last week, but 2 weeks ago against Lyon, getting them through. And then tonight, stepping up with the goods and leadership. And okay, he went off a little bit earlier, but that's good from the manager, manage him. So I'm thrilled because you want players like that to show and come through and shine, and he has. And like the manager said, he's got to enjoy this moment.
Ruben Amorim said the sending off changed the game. That's fairly obvious. The penalty incident as well. Do you think both of these ultimately ended in the right decisions, Paul?
Yeah, I think so. There was a slight chance for handball from Garnacho that they obviously got cleared as well. But yeah, look, it's a definite penalty. I think he does. There is enough contact from him. And once you give the foul, obviously it's a penalty, and it's a red card. I think we're seeing Harry Maguire at this point now. So if it's a foul, it's a red card, and it is. And that was game over from then. Obviously got the third goal after that as well from a brilliant Bruno Fernandes finish, who has been stepped up, delivered with the goods again. And look, it's 3-0 away from home at Bilbao. What a result! You have to, like I say, you've got to say all the right things. We think it's, we've got to be careful, but I didn't really see loads from Bilbao. Anyway, they had them 2 chances, but I didn't see a lot from them with 11 men that was overly worrying for me. 2-0
would have been a good away result, but the third goal from Bruno Fernandes, again, just before the half-time whistle, and really good work from Ugarte in the build-up as well, Karen.
Yeah, and Casemiro's play that pass through to break through the lines. Okay, I mentioned it earlier, you get your little bit of luck when you win your 50-50 battles, but as soon as it goes through to Bruno, we already know it's in the back of the net before he's hit it because of the form he's in, but nice little flick round the corner, as you mentioned, from Ugarte. Good strength from Højlund to win that 50-50. Nice little flick, and that's it, done and dusted, bang. And you mentioned about the penalty decision. I was so surprised at how much Athletic lost their heads in today's game, and Man United recognised it, turned the screw and took momentum and took advantage on that. And it's a brilliant performance, brilliant result, and you couldn't ask for any more, Jules.
2 goals in 7 minutes there from Bruno Fernandes in that first half. And when they came into the second half, Paul, was it just about controlling it, seeing it out at that point? Would you have liked to see them maybe get another goal?
I think if they'd kept the ball better, I think another goal would have come eventually. Ath.Bilbao would have just been tired, would have had nowhere to go. But 3-0, look, it didn't matter at half time. The one thing they didn't want was concede a goal, and that never looked like it was going to happen. So I think keep the ball out there, don't give them a sniff of it. 3-0 should be enough. Come on, 4 and 5, great, perfect. Yeah, you're still going to go through, but 3-0 away from home. Just keep the ball away from them. Don't give them a sniff, don't give them a kick of the football.
Certainly better than I think most Manchester United fans were hoping.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jules. It's emptied out here. It's a lot quieter than what it was when we were playing out there because it was loud tonight, Bruno. But 3-0 away from home. When you thought about this game tonight, was that scoreline sort of ever on the radar?
No, you can never predict a scoreline like that, obviously. A very tough team, as you said. The atmosphere was unbelievable, crazy. Never thought. I knew that they were very passionate by the club and everything, but never thought it was like this. It was very good, but I love these atmospheres. I love to play in these kind of stadiums. It's very good, and obviously, as you said, the result for us is unbelievable. We could in the first half get that result, and then in the second half control the game, which I think we should push a little bit more into that second half, be a little bit quick on the ball to go forward. But we control the game, and that is good.
Your manager said to Becky earlier in the interview that he felt in the first 20 minutes a few nerves in the team. You as the leader and captain in this team, do you take responsibility in those moments, and how do you kind of calm the nerves of your teammates?
No, I do think we were expecting that. We knew that we've been saying that all week, that the 3-4 days that we had to prepare the game, we said that, and even before the game, guys, the atmosphere is going to be bouncing. The guys are going to come to press us. They're going to try in the first 15-20 minutes. We just have to try to play on the ball to calm them down. When the ball goes out, we go a little bit slow, just like make the game a little bit slower for us in the first 15 minutes, and then it will come to us. Obviously, then we get the goal, we get the penalty, red card, and from there on we could score the third goal so quick. Then for us was brilliant to and just stay on the ball, and knew that they won't press as much as we preferred, because I think if they press we could play through them. And as I said, we were a little bit slow on the ball, just like waiting for them to step up, but they wanted to keep this result like this to try to come back in the next game, and we need to be very aware of that.
Bruno, you've got ice in your veins. You are the calmest man under pressure in any moment, it would seem. I know Reece done the maths on this one more than me, haven't you, with the number of sort of goals and involvements that
37, I think. I know you must know. 37 goal involvements this season. Like, it's crazy. You're on the route to like 20 and 20 almost. 19.
And I knew I was
goals.
around the 30s. I didn't know exactly how many it was, but obviously I want to score, I want to assist, because it's a big part of my game, and I need to take that responsibility, because I know since I came to the club, and even before, the club bought me because I scored 32 goals in one season. They knew that I could create, I could score, and I just need to keep delivering, because if you want to be at the highest level, you need to be consistently delivering.
Not everyone has the broad shoulders to take that responsibility on. Is that something you've always had as a kid growing up, or is that something you've developed and grown into here at Man United? I know you scored goals when you were at Sporting, but as a leader.
No, obviously you need to grow. You need to understand where you are, the place you play for, the club you play for, and everything gets bigger. Obviously, Sporting is a massive club, but United is a global club. You know, like it's unbelievable the attention we get, the pressure we get, and everything. But it's football. It's what we love to do. To be honest, obviously, I feel the pressure even every penalty.
I'm jealous.
I feel the pressure, and I think that's the good thing of football, and I think is what we have to enjoy, because when I finish my career, that pressure will go away, and I will be much more relaxed. And this is what I say to every time the manager and the physio, like, I need to relax, you need to rest. I say, like, no, when I die, I will have a lot of time to lay down and rest myself.
How much banter is there in the dressing room right now towards Harry Maguire being on the right wing there?
No.
Harrydinho is what he's currently being called all over social media.
Crazy.
I said that straight away. What a winger! I don't think he even thought that he had that in his locker. No one was expecting that. I think even the opposition was not expecting that to come. Obviously, we're very happy. Harry is a much more confident man now. You know, things are coming through, and when he's playing, when you get the games, he's also getting goals. He's defending very well. His position is becoming more and more strong. He's a very good leader. So it's a good thing for him, and we hope it just keeps improving, because at this club you need to keep improving all the time. You can't just stop.
So we'll be seeing you here in a few weeks, yeah?
I hope so. That's the
Finish
goal.
your job.
That's the goal, and that's what I said. We want our fans to travel twice to Bilbao, and ourselves too.
Good.
All right.
Look forward to it.
People are shouting in the stands here, aren't they? The ones that are still here. But Bruno, we're going to let you go. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much, guys. A great interview there with Bruno Fernandes. Do you know what? I actually love hearing that he enjoys that pressure. Do you?
Yeah, that's what you're at Manchester United. It's going to happen. He's been the one player who's been there for the full season. You know what I mean? There's only.
I wish we kept the microphone up for this bit. I want to hear what he's saying there.
Yeah, it'd be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, look, he's been brilliant throughout. He's had his criticism, of course, especially as a leader at times as well. But he stepped up at this season when the team's been really struggling at times, and he's always the one who's there with a goal or an assist or something to affect the game either way.
It's all set up for an all-English final now, Karen, surely.
I hope so.
3-1 lead for Spurs, 3-0 for Manchester United.
We couldn't ask for a better evening, really, for all the English clubs. So, special, and hope we can see them both there. Would be a great final.
Will Man United be there?
Easy.
Easy?
No problem.
No problem. I don't want any nerves next week then when we're pitch side at Old Trafford.
Unless they get the first.
Unless they get the first. That's what I thought you might say. Paul, Karen, thank you so much for your company tonight, and great having the guys over in Bilbao as well. Don't forget, the highlight show is coming up for you next. If you want to relive all of those goals, you want to see the goals from the other games as well, that's coming up for you next on TNT Sports 1. But for United, a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, such a great result for United, considering they were away from home, considering they were at the home of Ath.Bilbao, where the final will be in 2 games' time. What an opportunity for the home side. I don't think anyone really expected that from Manchester United.
I think the context is very, very important in terms of who they were playing against, where they were playing. San Mamés is a hard place to go. Great home form in terms of this competition. Trying to score goals against them has not been impossible. But the way Man United played tonight, I thought over the last 18 months Man United were turning into a team that were a moments team. Ahmad goal against Man City, the Maguire header against Lyon last week. Tonight felt as though it was their best performance by a mile. It was the most complete performance by a mile.
Definitely, and they're in a really commanding position after that performance. And you think of the number of goals that Bilbao have conceded at home, only 12 all season. To get 3 tonight was just remarkable. I think they weathered the storm at the beginning. They looked quite comfortable, and then of course grabbing that first goal was really important. They were really strong down that right-hand side of the pitch.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I mean, we'll talk about the fact that there was the red card, of course, but this is how it all started. Casemiro.
Well, it's brilliant, as Martin said, down the right-hand side. They were linking up and Garnacho was playing well down that side, but they work it into a wide area. I mean, how about the footwork from Harry Maguire, by the way, for the stand-up cross? I mean, whether you put him up front or on the right wing, he's a guy that's delivering at the moment. I mean, for a guy that was almost being sold a year ago.
Not as wily as some of the wingers you'd see out in Europe, but
well,
it's not bad.
It's his character, Resh. You know, he's been willing to dig in, he's been dropped, he's had the captaincy stripped from him, but he's professional.
Well, last week he was, ultimately he scores a great goal, doesn't he, to get them this far. And then this is a piece of brilliant skill. You know, like you might have said, OK, deliver it earlier, but he waits and he just pops it out, digs it out to the far post, little flick on, and then there's Casemiro, another player who's been given a lot of sticks.
It's the character that I dig into when I talk about Maguire, in terms of what he's had to deal with, but he's kept his mouth shut. He's worked hard on the training ground. He's earned the trust again of the manager. As I said, the captaincy was stripped from him. He was out the door. Yeah. He's got his head down. As we know, you work extremely hard. You get the trust back, get back in the side. He's getting all the rewards because he's character.
Does it just show what a really good player he is? Because you're seeing a level of versatility that I don't think many people expected from him.
And to be fair to Amorim, there was an extension on his contract, and that was secured some months ago. He could see his importance at the club, around the place, and now he's doing it on the pitch. And he really is someone that you can count on in the big moments. Actually, I feel all the senior players tonight, Fernandes, Casemiro, they all played their part in what was a really difficult atmosphere, and they made it look easy.
Yeah, they did. And I tell you what changed the atmosphere and what made it perhaps maybe slightly easier was this. This was a game-changing moment because we're going to see here a red card for Vivian.
Definite red card.
It's a definite red card, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a clear shirt pull. It's a good ball in from Mazraoui.
Obstructing a goal
delivered
scoring
hard and low,
opportunity.
but he's denying a goal scoring opportunity. It's a pull on the shoulder, stroke the neck. It's lazy defending, really, because he's got himself in a bad position.
It's down that right side again. It was a weakness for them. Ball's whipped in, and it took an age to come to this conclusion, but I believe it was the right one.
100%.
Sloppy defending. Should have just simply kept his hand. And this was icy cool, really.
No danger.
Because there's only one person who's going to step up, isn't it, really?
And he's never going to miss, Resh. He's so calm in front of the goal, especially from the penalty spot. Nothing phases him.
Yeah, absolutely nothing phases him. And then he goes and does it again.
This is a great goal. I mean, this is the goal. Me and Martin, we're all watching the game. We're saying now, if you're Man United now, 2-0 up, Bilbao down to 10, get your foot down, don't settle for a 2. Get your foot down, get the next goal in the game. Ugarte with a fantastic little flick around the corner. It was well worked. They were patient. They were trying to find that body. Little flick around the corner, give and go. And then the flick into the stride of Bruno Fernandes. And then from there was no other outcome. Yeah. He sits the goalkeeper down. He goes for the correct technique. He's got loads of time. He's calm. He's got his head up. Little dink finish. 3-0. Amazing scoreline.
I think that's a record now for him in Europa League as a Manchester United player. He just keeps on scoring. He's been a real standout player this season.
Yeah, we saw some of the senior players, as you say, step up. But it was a really mature performance for someone like Rasmus Højlund. I mean, a bit of a coming-of-age one. This is a player who scored only 1 goal in 28 in all competitions. So much pressure on his fairly young shoulders. And today, he put in a really good show.
I thought he was really, really good. It just goes to show that strikers especially, we all live and breathe with confidence, centre-halves, midfield players, but strikers especially, they die for confidence. Got the goal last week against Bournemouth. That's put him in a good frame of mind to go into San Mamés tonight and try and occupy good defenders. But he was all round, he was good. He wasn't just running into channels. He wasn't like loose in his running. His first touch was good. Is a number 9, especially for Man United. I think you've got to have the ability to link the play. He's done that well tonight. And he was a constant threat. I thought it was a brilliant performance.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, you wouldn't want to say that 3-0 isn't an assured scoreline, but of course we saw what happened in the game with Lyon at Old Trafford, and Bilbao have a huge incentive to want to get to this final, and they're at Old Trafford next week.
Yes, but, OK, they're going to be professional. They've got to finish off the job. But suddenly this can transform their season if they can make it into the final, and we know what that means if you can win that. It would be huge for Manchester United to try and get this club back on the road. It's a long road, by the way, and a winding road for them because it's been a really bad season. But they can rescue a large part of it by, getting to the final and winning it.
Yeah, absolutely.
casi a producto nuevo por semana, producto bonito que, por supuesto, pues siempre invitamos a la gente a que consuma. Si queréis encontrarlo en kingsleague.pro, pues ahí tenéis las nuevas chaquetas training y también esas camisetas especiales con detalles dorados que llevan todos los equipos.
Oye, ustedes tendrán más memoria que yo, pero ¿cuánto quedaron la última vez que se enfrentaron ellos?
3-4 ganó 1K.
3-4.
En el histórico de estos dos equipos, el que gane desempata, porque han ganado 2. El X-Buyer Team ha ganado 2. 1.
Becker se lleva el rebote. Becker para marcar. Becker. El rechazo de Arnaldo.
¡Vamos! ¡Vamos!
¡Gol!
¡Vamos, Pablo! ¡Qué suerte!
Mascarra en el Cooper Arena. Gol de Pablo Becker. Toro físicamente.
No será capaz,
Roger.
¿no? ¡No será capaz! ¡Qué cabrón!
A ver
Si
salen
sacan
dos.
más de 3, se quedan sin trabajo. Mira,
¡Hombre!
muy bien.
No,
¿Cómo
bien.
valoran el trabajo? Bien.
Ahí está ese ataque por parte del X-Buyer Team. El toque dentro de Becker. Puede marcar Carbó. ¡Gol! ¡Gol! Pablo Becker. Becker que quiere poner el centro por delante. Finalmente lo pone por detrás del defensor. Carbó la pisa. Carbó.
No jodas.
¡Es el mejor de esta puta competición!
¡Por algo es el Corona de Oro! China la juega atrás, no se decidió a tirar. Granero busca su perfil, Granero.
Golazo.
¡Gol! ¡De 1K! Marca Granero. Y sí, otra vez lo ha vuelto a hacer. Buller, mira. No,
Gol doble. Gol doble, claro, porque tiene sanción. Ah, claro, vale.
Sanción, efectivamente. Grande. Claro que sí. Bueno, sinceridad ante todo. Ahí está. Juanma el toque. ¡Gol!
Vale.
¡Velilla! ¡Gol! Balón que lleva ahí Pluvins el disparo. ¡Gol!
Vale.
¡Gol!
Me gusta.
Está haciendo un buen trabajo defensivo, ojo.
¡Granero!
¡Qué golazo!
¡Qué chicharro de Mar Granero! ¡Qué barbaridad! El recorte de zurda y el disparo con la derecha. Que la metió en la escuadra. Ojo ahora que ataca el X-Buyer Team. ¡Gol! ¡Del X-Buyer Team! Va a pegar Fuad en la falta.
Santa madre de Dios. Sí.
Vamos a ver ahí esa pelota dentro del área para Juanma que lo puede matar. ¡Gol!
2 de Juan.
Sí, no podía ser otro que Roger Carbó. No sé si te imaginabas que tu vuelta iba a ser de esta manera.
La verdad que no, o sea, ha sido la vuelta ideal. Hat-trick, partido de octavos y mañana jugamos cuartos, o sea, ha sido ideal. Aunque el trabajo no, o sea, me lo llevo yo, pero el trabajo es de todos. Hemos trabajado mucho y al final los resultados se han visto reflejados en el campo, así que muy contento.
Parecía o puede parecer que sois el rival más débil por todas las bajas, pero en los pasillos se comenta que nadie quiere enfrentarse a vosotros.
Bueno, a ver, yo escuché una persona que dijo de Gigantes que quería enfrentarse a nosotros, así que mañana a las 9 no te preocupes que estaremos aquí con muchas ganas, y más después de esas declaraciones. ¿Sabes por quién voy?
Yo no lo sé quién es.
No lo voy a decir, esta persona lo sabe.
Bueno, pues enhorabuena.
Muchas gracias.